So we've seen the moisturizing and we've seen the hydration. So like where I come from in Africa, most of our hairs require a lot of moisture. And for you to get this moisture, it means you really have to invest in moisturizing conditioners or treatments. So what they do, they are manufactured with something called humectants. So these humectants are the ones that will lock moisture into the hair. But I would say it's safe to add water on the hair. So you can add water on the hair using a spray bottle. Then now you can use a moisturizer to ensure you are locking in the moisture. So which water is safe for the hair? I've said you can add water to the hair. So which water is safe? So let's look at water again. Water is very important to the hair, but water is also harmful to the hair. Why do I say so? Water that contains minerals, water that contains, let's say if you are living in a very polluted area, you'll find the water in that environment has a lot of toxins. So this water will not be safe for your hair. So I normally say purified or distilled water is good for the hair because this kind of water has a standard pH of has a pH of around 7, which is not far from the pH of your hair and scalp that is at 4.5 at 5.5. So water that pH 7 is normally safe. Water that has higher sulfur contents or some things like that are too acidic, it not be good for your hair. So I would say, as you add water to your hair, ask yourself, is the water I'm using safe and pH balanced to be used on the hair? Is just the same water. We also need to avoid rainwater because people mostly in the villages, they will just fetch water and say, now we need water. This rainwater is pure, we can use it. No. Rainwater could also be harmful to your hair, especially if you are living in areas that have a lot of factories. If you live in typical rainforest, then the water would be safe for usage of your hair. If you live with areas that have a lot of calcium, this water will form as a coating on your hair. I normally call it there's something somebody can remind for us in the comment section. There's a hard coating that forms, which makes your hair limp and makes it difficult for products and air to penetrate. So that's so far so good. Then the other important thing that we need to do for us to care for natural hair, we need to mind the products we are buying. So when you are buying products, ensure your products are pH balanced. pH balanced means anytime you live on a product, check if their range is between 4.5 and 5.5. It means those products are good. And in the event you use a product that has a higher pH, for example, you use a product that has a pH 8 or pH 9 as your first product, that could be shampoo, then it means ensure the last product you are using on your hair is pH balanced between 4.5 and 5.5. Then you need to know most of the clients, you have your hair. You as a client, you have control of your hair because you have your hair 70% or 80% of the time. You only visit the salon 20%. So there are many things you do at home that will now determine the kind of hair you use. For example, anytime you use combs, check on your comb. If you have your comb and you comb through your hair and look at your comb and you see a lot of hair, it means there's a problem. For example, look at this case. When I just finished combing my hair, before I go to work in the morning, when you check on your comb, you find you have a lot of hair accumulating. It means, apart from your hair having a problem, your combs will also be having problems. Now, if you look at these two combs, you'll notice this comb has a lot of broken teeth compared to this. So it would mean this comb, because of those sharp ends, it's causing a lot of hair loss to you. Apart from pulling out the hair, it is also splitting your hair shaft as you comb along. So you as a customer, or you as an individual, or you as a stylist, it means this comb should not be found in your salon. Once you have a comb that gets to this age, it should be thrown away and another comb be replaced. Same applies to the small combs you use to do the final combing. For example, if you closely look at these two combs, the first comb here, you'll notice has some broken teeth and it was burned during the service. And then second comb here, you'll see it's clear. So this is the right comb to be using at home or in the salon. Anytime you have a comb that has this kind of misalignment, it means this will not be safe to your hair. It's going to break your hair. So another thing that comes into the salon is, how do you detangle your hair before combing yourself at home or in the salon? So there's a rule we normally say, anytime you want to detangle your hair, however much you are in a hurry, you need to start from the ends, remove the tangles, come to what we refer to the mid strand, then come to the base. But because of one reason or another one, and I don't know what is it, you'll find just somebody getting from the base and using all the strength on your hand, then you pull up. You can even hear some sounds. Then when you look at your comb, you'll see some hairs. So everything you do in life is going to determine the kind of natural hair you have. So let's adopt to combing from the base, from the ends, mid strand, and we finish towards the ends. I think that's a brief, but we also need to mind what products contain. It's hard for us to really get it right because of some manufacturers are very, very clever. But for you to have a health hair, you need to avoid products that contain what we call sulfates. The other things we call parabens. The other things we call phthalates. Anytime you go to the shop, you need to look at them. Some of them are used as preservatives. Some of them are used as products to increase, like in shampoo, lather. So you'll find that these parabens, phthalates, and sulfates, apart from drying the hair, with prolonged use, you could really have a medical issue as a person or a user. That was a brief of natural hair. We will continue engaging further, especially on more about natural hair. So our next episode, I think we'll discuss two things. We'll discuss hair loss, thinning hair, and gray hair. Thank you and stay tuned.